Sorry about that. Yes, now you tell. These two circuits are there. Let me say for those who are listening in video. These two circuits are there. Sorry, these two diagrams are there. And we have to answer in first diagram what are the time constants, which we have to arrange the time constants in proper order. And in the second diagram, we have to find the equivalent circuit, which will be giving us the same graph for Q versus T. Charge versus time graph should be same. What kind of circuit situation should be there? We have to create a situation for that. So yes, now you tell me what situation are creating. R, C, C. Next. Let me tell you how to do. It's not that difficult. We can do it easily. It is charging circuit and it is discharging. And you know how to make a charging circuit. First, you make a charging circuit, but don't worry about the discharging one. First, let's make a charging circuit. Is it getting charged? Getting charged or not?
Yes, sir.
But now I have to just do one thing. I have to start making it discharge. I have to start making it discharge. Let's say this is R. And this is a switch here. And then this is getting discharged now. By closing the switch at T equal to T naught. There was another switch here, which I have closed at S1 first I have closed, then S2. S1 I have closed at T equal to T naught. And S2 I have closed at T equal to, S1 I have closed at T equal to 0. Then it started charging and it had reached somewhere, and before that only I started discharging it. It was not able to attain its full potential. It will never be able to attain the full charge, although you know already that will happen at T tends to infinity. But I have stopped much before that. I have stopped when the charge is just half of it. So I can tell this time T naught, what this time will be when I have to stop it. Can you tell this time? See, the formula for Q. Okay, tell me what is the equation for that? Equation you write first. How the charge varies.
Charging Q is equals to Q naught of 1 minus e power minus t by 2.
Q is equal to Q naught into 1 minus e raised to power minus t by
RC.
2 RC. It is charging through both of these,
Sir,
R and R.
2
RC by 2 RC. That is the equation of Q. Now, I want Q to be equal to Q naught by 2 at T equal to T naught. Q is equal to Q naught by 2. Let us use this one. Then I get 1 by 2 is equal to 1 minus e raised to power minus T naught by 2 RC. What we get then? Then we get it as 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2, and other side we are getting e raised to power minus 2 naught by 2 RC. Then I'm getting T naught is equal to 2 RC.
ln 2.
ln 2. This we are getting now. Or I can say time constant into ln 2. I'm saying in terms of time constant at last, so that you can just think that what will happen after ln 2 time. It will become, charge will become Q naught by 2. Charge will become Q naught by 2. Okay. So, all right. In fact, in general, it is like this: 1 minus e raised to power minus, let us say it is tau into log n upon tau. Tau will get cancelled. Then e raised to power minus log n will become 1 minus 1 by n. So I can say this charge will be 1 minus 1 by n after what time? After log of n time. This term means by putting tau log n, this term becomes 1 by n. You can keep it in mind. This thought will be helping you if you are able to follow this easily in the exam. It will be helping you many times. So this term will, this expression will change into 1 by n when we are putting the value of t as time constant times log n. Okay. Anyway, now come to this question. What we did after that? After this time, the time which we found, tau log 2. This is the time which is equal to tau log 2. At this time, we close the switch. And when we close the switch, then tell me what will be the equation for that period of time. what would be the equation? So I could write that this equation is valid, but it is valid only for t less than
Then
time t
tau
naught.
into ln.
T less than t naught, it is valid. Now I have to find another equation which is for discharging. While it is discharging, what charge it had acquired up to that time? Q naught by 2. So my discharging process will start from here and it will go up to this. Then what is the equation for such cases?
Q equal
This
to
is the
Q naught by 2 into e power
Q is equal to Q naught by 2 into e raised to power minus t by new time constant. Remember, it is just discharging. It is discharging through this place. So while it is discharging through this place, then this battery has no role to play. This resistance has no role to play.
only RC.
Only RC.
Yes,
Only
sir.
RC. So I will write divide by RC. Means this time constant is different. It is half of the old time constant. Then what we get finally? Then we are this only, but it is for t greater than t naught. So in general, if I have to write now, then I will be writing in this way. Q equals. How do we write it in mathematics when such expressions appear? We write it in this way, right? Q naught
Yes,
into
sir.
1 minus
1
e raised to power
minus t when
minus
t less than
t by 2 RC for t less than t naught. And we can say less than equal to, and we can say I think greater than equal to also, because these values will be equal at the when the graph changes. At that time, these values are equal. So I can write like this. And I can also say that this t naught, I can put the values in fact now here. Those values are tau, but tau will be different. I should write 2 RC ln2, and here I should write again 2 RC ln2.
Sir, RC only so
Okay. Tell me what is the confusion?
Sir, for discharging minus T by RC, tau. Yes, sir, RC ln 2 will come, sir.
Where? In this
Greater
place?
than. Yes, sir.
Oh, no, sorry. This expression. Wait a second. No, not that will not come although, but there is another mistake in this expression, and I did not do it right till now. I think you are talking about that only. Wait a second. I gave general expression and I forgot this is not up for valid for our case. Why? This expression would be correct if I have q axis here and time axis here. Then the expression would be correct. It is shifted version of the graph. And you know what we do if we shift towards right?
So we'll subtract.
We will subtract. If we shift towards right, then it will not be t. This will be t dash. T dash time is being taken from where? T dash time is being taken from
T naught.
It is time after t naught. After t naught, what extra time is elapsed? That is this time. And from here, the time is not t, it is t dash. So t dash has what relation with the t? T dash plus t naught total is equal to t time. So t dash can be written as t minus t naught. So first, let me correct it here. This thing I should have written t minus t naught minus t naught. Okay, this I should have written like this. Let me tell you, any graph, when we have a graph y and this is fx, let's say this is graph of y fx and it is at a position now, and finally it gets shifted to, sorry, not like this, I will prefer. This is a shifted version. And before that, we have x, x, y. This graph is here. Like this. How much it has shifted? It has shifted by a distance. Let us say a. Then if this is equal to y equal to fx, then this graph will be f of x minus a. So as a general rule, we can remember this thing always. Same thing happened here. Okay. Same thing happened here. It is shifted towards right. So because it is shifted towards right, so we can say it is f of t minus t naught. Okay. So I hope you have understood this now. If it is like this graph, q naught divided by 2, then our graph would be q is equal to q naught by 2 into e raised to power minus t by rc. This would be the graph if it is starting from origin, but it is shifted version. So for the shifted version, the graph will have t minus t naught expression. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
for second case tau.
Tau is second case is rc log 2.
So what you wrote to
It is not. It has nothing to do with time. It has when I made the change in the circuit. I made change at t naught. How can that thing change?
Sir, I'm not saying about times. Tau.
Time constant is rc in second case because it is getting discharged through this.
Only between one resistor.
It is not fully charged, not sir. Current can flow through the ground.
Wait a second. What is the rule for finding the time constant? Follow the rule.
that battery will be act as conducting oil.
I think you're right only. But wait a second. Sorry, my mistake. You're right only. Sorry. I only was doing it wrong, it seems. So this can go from here and from here. Then it will be actually because battery will be short circuit. No? R and R by R. How will it be? Will I be able to make anything? I think it will be. Then I cannot arrange them neither in parallel nor in series. Can I? So this is short circuit, right? If it is short circuit, then yes, I was right only. It is short circuit. Short circuit in parallel with resistance R. Short circuit in parallel with resistance R will make that R also at 0. What is the effective R here? This only. This resistance is 0. This is R. R in parallel with R equal to 0. What will be the expression? R into R upon R plus R. 0 into R upon 0 plus R, which is equal to 0. So effective resistance of these two together will be just 0 only. So we are left with R then. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it means we have time constant finally R into C only. Okay. This is in parallel with this. Why this is in parallel? See, what are the terminal potential differences? Let us say AB. That is across this wire, and for this also it is AB. But here resistance is 0. So when 0 resistance will come in parallel with R, then that total parallel resistance will also be 0 only. It cannot be anything else. Okay.
Sir, understood.
Time constant for discharging case we find by this circuit. Next. So you have understood it conceptually. You can do such questions now easily, right? There are now, I think, some good questions from Pathfinder which I could take. But before that, one question of Hirodo comes to my mind, although this is not of RC circuits, but it is good question and I should have taken it before. It is of are you getting some noise while I'm saying? Voice is not clear?
No, sir. No, sir. Clear on.
Clear only. Someone was saying that there is a problem in voice. So let us say we have a capacitor and we have another capacitor. These are two semicircular plates arranged in parallel. The diagram is difficult if I make in this way. I will not prefer. I will do in some different way, I think so. Not like this. Let me make in another way. And then I will make in bold way.
Sir, first one
What?
before two diagram third round.
Mm-hmm.
Relation between time constants tau 1, tau 2, tau 3.
What relation?
Tau 1 greater than.
Second question you didn't take. Sir.
Which second question?
Tau one,
Oh yes,
tau two, tau
I
three.
forgot that. Right. Sorry, my miss. This is time constant is less for 1 and 2. This is the order. Tau 1 is less than tau 2 is less than tau 3. The larger the time constant, the more it will take time to attain the final value. Lesser the time constant, less it will take time to attain the final value. Okay. You can understand this by putting the values of this. What is the equation? 1 minus e raised to power 1 minus e raised to power minus t by tau into q naught is equal to q. What's the gap between q naught and q? Q naught minus q, the gap which is remaining. The gap will be dependent on q naught into e raised to power minus t by tau. Now you observe it here. If I give time constant to be large, then this expression will become small. T by tau expression will become small. Then the gap will remain small. What is it? Time is large. Then this number will be large. But when this number will become large, then e raised to power minus t by tau will become actually, it is q naught upon e raised to power t by tau. So when t will be, tau will be, if tau increases, then this expression decreases. If this expression decreases, then the gap increases. Means it is not able to attain the final value. The difference between the final value and charge at any time will be larger if time constant is more. Okay. You can remember this thing. Try to understand it properly and then remember it also. As time constant is more, this thing becomes more. If this thing becomes more, then this gap will remain more between the final value and charge at any time t. So at any time t, if I compare these three, at time t, which has largest gap? 3 has largest gap. So 3 has the largest time constant. At any same time, if you compare these three, you can see which is having largest gap from the final value. Or we can say that
How much charge also we can say?
Charge we cannot say. I have said the charge could be different for all these cases. How can we say how much charge? There could be this. I assumed in the beginning that there was a circuit for which they were having finally same charge. Means it was like this capacitor connected with some resistance, but C into V value was same total. So therefore the final charge was same. But I could give you circuits in which the final charge will be different. Okay.
Okay.
This comparison is for the same charge. If you want to compare two different circuits with two different charges, then I should not compare the which charge will be more, which will have more charge remaining. No, not that. Then I should compare obviously fractional charge, which will have more fractional charge remaining. The more fractional charge remaining means more time constant. Or simply simple language, if I say the circuit is more quick, more responsive, more fast, if time constant is less, and you already know about it a little bit. Whenever we were asking such questions, and I was saying it is V, what is this voltage across it? At that instant only it becomes V. Why it becomes V? Because the time constant becomes 0. If time constant becomes 0, what will be the graph for the time constant 0? It will be something like this. This will be the graph for time constant 0. Time constant 0. And what will be the graph for time constant infinity? Time constant infinity graph will be like this. For time constant infinity. Understood? Time constant 0, it just touches this directly, quickly. At that instant only the charge becomes full. And when time constant is infinity, then it is this graph parallel to time axis. Because it will be very, very slow. It will almost never be discharging. You can think of time constant infinity it will never be charging. If I try to charge a capacitor by taking infinite resistance in series, infinite resistance means like open circuit only, then obviously it will never be able to get charged, or it will be just on the time axis only. Its charge will remain zero only. Understood? On the other hand, if it is like this, when time constant is zero, it will be quickly charging. So the process becomes fast. Similarly, if it has to discharge, it will be quickly discharging also. It will be quickly discharging. What graph will be for discharging? If it has to discharge from Q0 to 0, it will discharge in this way if time constant is 0. On the other hand, if time constant is infinite, then it will discharge in this way, or maybe it will never discharge. Okay. Say something. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Understood, sir.
Right. Now, this question. Let us say we have a semicircular. Let me take. I don't know how to make the diagram properly. I will try. Not this. Right. These are two parallel plates, semicircular parallel plates. This is looking like one. And in between these semicircular parallel plates, we are inserting a semicircular dielectric. Already some part is already inserted. Okay. This part is already inserted. I'm making the upper plate as transparent so that you can see the dielectric there. This upper plate I'm making dotted because I'm assuming, let us make it transparent so that you can see what's happening there inside it. Okay. So this dielectric has reached half the way. Half the way is it has entered inside. And the charge given on these plates is Q and minus Q on the other plate. This dielectric is of dielectric constant K. It is free to rotate about this point O. It can turn about this point and there is no friction anywhere. What will be the torque acting on it? Normally, we asked such questions before also, but at that time, the question was not of torque. At that time, the question was of force. You remember?
Yes, sir.
Now it is a question of torque. Radius of the plate radius is R. And what else you need? If you want to make a simplified diagram in your copy, you do it like this only. Just make a diagram the way it is given in Irudo. It is question of Irudo. You can see from there also. You can think like this only. I'm just drawing one capacitor plate, and in that I'm trying to insert a dielectric. I'm not inserting. I'm just maybe I'm holding it, and I'm noticing how much torque is acting on it, how much tendency it has to get pulled inside, and why it has that tendency, again because of the induced charges. Okay, tell me now, what would be the torque?
Sir, it is pushed halfway, sir.
Hmm?
Exactly halfway it is pushed, sir.
Exactly what?
Halfway it is pushed, sir.
No, it is not half variant. It doesn't matter actually. You are like asking this question to me. That's when I was taking this question of force. Was it dependent on X? It was dependent, I think, right? It was dependent on X. Yes, I have to tell
Two
you. Sorry.
cases, sir. Two cases.
There were two cases. In one case, it was not dependent, but in other, it was. So I think I have to either specify the case. If I don't specify the case, then I better tell you the angle only. Let us say it has already theta angle inside. Now you tell. I am assuming which case? I am assuming when it is not connected to the battery. That case. So how to do? See, I will make this equivalent diagram for this. What will be DC? What will be DC? We can find from here. This extra change, when it will be moving by d theta angle, then DC, capacitance, change in capacitance only, will be equal to initial capacitance is, I'm doing it in a slightly different way. I could do last time also, but last time I was not taking this change in area, because this way also we can do, right? K into what is the area of this part? dA epsilon naught K into epsilon naught dA by gap between the plates. Let the gap be d. K into epsilon naught dA by d minus epsilon naught dA by d. This is the change in capacitance. So it can be written as epsilon naught dA by d into K minus 1. Is it right or not? That is DC. That is change in capacitance. Why I am writing change in capacitance already? Because I know if force we have to find, then I have to first find what is the Q, half Q square by C. That is U. Then I have to write, I think, du by d theta. That will be torque. Right? In fact, torque will be minus of du by d theta. Why minus? Internal conservative forces work done by internal conservative forces is equal to negative of change in potential energy. So obviously du will be minus of tau into d theta. Work done, you know that we can write as torque into d theta. You know that or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you know that change in potential energy is equal to negative of work done? Negative
Yes.
of work done by the conservative forces. I'm not taking any external force here. I'm only finding out the work done by the internal conservative forces. Then I'm writing it as torque is equal to minus du by d theta, which will become 1 by 2c. Q square is constant. Derivative of c will be minus 1 by c square into dc by d theta, which can be written minus cancelled. We are getting q square by 2c square into dc by d theta, that is torque. What is the value of q by 2c square? What is this? No, q square by 2c square into dc by d theta. That is
V square by
what is it? V square by 2 into potential difference across it, which is appearing into dc by d theta. How to find dc by d theta? dc by d theta we can find v square by 2 into this is dc here. dc by d theta I can get easily if you know what is area actually. What is area? Tell me what is area. Area of small element dA I have to find. What is dA? dA is not r d theta. dA is equal to
It's cos.
RDT.
half into base r d theta into height of triangle. This is a small triangle. Half into r d theta into r. Half r square. I think not theta. I should write d theta. Half into r into d theta into r. So it will become half r square into d theta into k minus 1. That is equal to dc. What is dc divided by d theta then? Epsilon naught by d into huh?
2D.
2d. Yes, epsilon by 2d
Yes, sir. Epsilon by
into
2
r square into k minus 1.
to K minus 1.
So just let us put this value here. Epsilon naught by 2d into r square into k minus 1, and this is our answer. This is our answer. Okay. Understood? Right. You can see what, if you are not understanding, you can ask me. Last year's notes I have given you or not?
Yes, sir.
Can someone forward me those?
Sir,
I will
given.
see. I will see what are the questions I could take from those. Please forward once in WhatsApp. If someone can forward.
Sir,
Yes.
why is a minus C not dA?
Why is it minus?
When we are taking DC initially only for a dielectric only dielectric composed of this, we can take a K into E naught into dA by dt. Why again subtract?
Why again not? Because it is change in capacitance. But when I take it dc by d theta, does it mean, what does dc by d theta mean according to you? Rate of change of capacitance with respect to theta.
Yes, sir.
DC refers to change. It is change on moving by d theta. Small change on rotating by d theta.
Forwarded. Sir.
Okay, let me check. Yes, you forwarded. Thank you. Understood, Nilkanta. Small change on rotation.
Yes,
That
sir.
is DC. Okay. Any other doubt for anyone?
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, area we can take as d theta by 360 into pi r square.
Yes. If d theta is in degrees, we don't write d theta in degrees when we write torque into d theta. D theta should be in radians. Why should we write in that way?
So then d theta by 2 pi into pi r square you can get, sir.
What else we have written? Tell me, what is this? Same or not?
Same, sir.
It is same only.
Pi
Yes,
gets
sir.
cancelled and r square by 2.
Okay, now let me take few other questions. We can also go through the last year's notes if you want, if you find something different there, but it will not be, I think so. We have nearly covered everything. As far as RC circuits are concerned, those I think I have to bring up some questions from Pathfinder to take the questions of RC circuits. Have we done this question? Question number 20.
Yes, sir.
You have done, sir.
Last time.
Done, sir, last
We have
time.
done
Last
already,
time.
right?
Sir, if you don't mind, please give the co-host.
What?
Me?
What are you saying, Ramu?
Co-host.
You are not co-host?
Sir is asking to make him. Manoj, please mute on yourself.
Ramesh, you are not co-host now?
No, sir.
Unfortunately,
Okay, you lost it. Wait. Yes, right. What is happening here? I'm not getting that option.
So from laptop you have to operate.
From laptop, we have to operate. Why?
Because laptop is the host system.
Yes, you're right. I think laptop has become host. How is it happening?
Okay, carry on, sir. Continue class.
Okay. He has already. Okay, fine. Let me continue. How has it happened? How host got changed suddenly? Anyway, let us start again. This question is also good. We can do this one. 24, 25. All these questions are nice. 22 onwards, 22 to 25. I would like to do all of this. Let us first pick up these questions.
Sir,
Yes.
some questions on finding charge in acid circuit, sir.
Charge in.
I mean charge passing through switch in acid.
Charge passing through switch.
Yes.
You can ask those also. Send in WhatsApp. We can discuss those.
Okay.
Okay, then. Parallel plate capacitor is filled with two layers of different materials A and B, as shown in the figure on the next page. Electric field in the material A is what is given here? Two different materials, dielectric constant K1, conductivity sigma 1. Second material, dielectric constant K2, conductivity sigma 2. And okay, this is the question here. Thirty-eight, 39. Okay, we will.
Sir, I have sent the questions.
Okay, I will check that also. Yes. Can you do this question number 38? Try this one. By that time, let me read his question. Where is your question? In WhatsApp, you have sent it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Total amount of charge flown is asked in this, right?
Yes.
Same method always. Why are you not following that method? What method have I told you? Initial charge and final charge, and then take a closed surface.
Sir, when the switch is closed,
Hmm?
when the switch is closed, that capacitor and the resistance will be in parallel, no, sir.
So what?
I mean, how to find the acquired charge for them? Initially, when it is not, then we can find.
Why can't you find out if it is in parallel? Capacitor will behave like open circuit in steady state. So capacitor will be just like open circuit only. Whatever current flows, that cannot flow through the capacitors. I told you capacitors cannot keep on carrying the current always. Their current soon vanishes, soon. And in this case, at 0 time, it will vanish because the time constant for the charging of capacitors is 0, as the capacitor is not connected with any resistance in series. You can form a closed loop from the battery to the capacitor, and there is nothing connected in series. And don't send the question to me separately. I think everybody has this question or not? Yes, everybody has, right? Fine then. Everybody is understanding what we are discussing here. The question which Neelkantha has sent, in that question, let me write down that one.
WhatsApp also.
This is a switch here. 3 microfarad, 6 microfarad, 3 ohm, and 6 ohm. 9 volt, 9 volt. After closing, diagram will be like this. Current can flow from below, not from above. Why not from above? Because the capacitors don't carry current in the steady state. How do I know steady state is achieved? First of all, in this case, steady state will be achieved instantaneously. But even if it is not achieved instantaneously, even if there is a resistance in between by which the steady state cannot be achieved instantaneously, even then, I will still assume the steady state is achieved, because the question is asked in such a way that what will be the charge flown through the switch. If it is still flowing, It means the process has not ended yet. So I have to go up to the last of the process, when the process will finally finish, when the charge, whatever has gone or whatever has to come, that has come, or whatever has to go, that has gone. Final state is already achieved, obviously. Then what is the current now? It will not go through the upper branches. Why not? Because in steady state, these behave like open circuits. Nothing flows through this, nothing flows through this. Only it will flow through these lower branches only. No current can keep on flowing through the capacitors always. This is the first rule. You should remember it. Nilkanta,
Sir, found it.
remember that rule. Nothing keeps
Yes,
on flowing
sir.
through the capacitors, right? Then what do we get
So,
then? 1 ampere current. 1 ampere means here
1
it will be
ampere is
3 volt, 6 volt. Then
9 microcoulombs,
across
36
capacitor 9
micro,
microcoulomb, and across the other one it is
36,
36
27.
microcoulomb. So it is 9 which side? Plus 9, minus 9.
Monthly.
And here plus 36, and here minus 36. What is the charge in this loop now, in this closed surface? In this closed surface, the
27,
charge
sir.
is
27.
27. And what was the charge before closing? Before closing,
Zero,
these were in
sir.
series, and in series,
Zero.
the net charge inside this was 0. Now it is 36 minus 19. What was it? 27. So 27 must have come from where? It must have come from this path only. This is the only path from where it can come. So charge flown through the switch is 27. Okay.
Got it.
Sir,
Yes.
this is all after just closing the switch, no, sir?
Yes. Not just closing. It will happen. In this case, it will be just after closing the switch also, because just after the closing the switch, it will quickly attain those charges. As it has zero time constant, these capacitors have zero time constant. These are not connected in. If I short circuit the battery, and you can find out that this time constant of this will come out to be 0. Let us say it does not have zero time constant. Let us say it takes time to charge. Then this answer will not be just after closing. Then it will be taking time. It will not quickly become 9. It will change slowly. Okay.
In short time, sir.
What?
In short time.
It's not time. I'm not saying what you are saying.
He's saying in short time, short time.
In short time, it is happening here in short time. But I am saying even if resistances are there, then it may be happening in long time. But then also answer doesn't change. In the question, they have asked what will be the charge flown. So I will then think that the charge will be flowing in long time. But the answer will remain same. That will be the final charge flown. Whether long or short time, why are you even caring about that? I don't understand why this question comes to your mind. Somehow
Okay.
I am feeling if this question comes to your mind, then you are not understanding some other concept somewhere else, probably. That's why you are worried about time. Why are you worried about time? Tell me.
Means after switch is closed, sir, they might suddenly
What
they
they-
want a steady state, no, sir. Current can flow through the.
Wait, let me read the question statement properly. Maybe if I am not reading it properly, or you are miss. They have nowhere mentioned after what time. They are simply saying what's the total amount of charge that flows from x to y. This is x, this is y. X to y flowing is minus 27. What's the amount of charge that flows from x to y? X to y, it will be minus 27. That's why it became plus 27 here.
Yes.
Answer is not, none of these are correct actually. It should be minus 27 actually. But if, and second best option will be plus 27. Direction they have not taken properly. Direction should be y to x.
So they asked y to x only, sir.
Oh, they are asking y to x only. Then it is correct only. Y to x. Y to x is 27. But where? Why again time? Why you are saying that it will not happen at that time? Okay, it will not happen at that time. So what?
The time tends to infinity. This can happen surely, no, sir.
So it will happen slowly. So what?
I mean, it will come. Definitely, it will happen, no, sir. At time.
Yes, it will happen. Why won't it happen? First of all, here it is not happening slowly. I am saying it could happen slowly if there are some resistances, very large resistances connected in series with these. Then it could not in yes, in series. Yes. If I connect some large resistance in series, maybe 5 ohm here or 6 ohm here, then it would take more time. But it will gradually, it will definitely happen. Why would it not happen?
Okay, understand.
Okay. I think I can take some questions. Ramajan has sent some questions. We can take from these also. Let me cover that question first. What is this one here? It is desired to keep the current in discharge process of capacitor constant for the purpose following three schemes A, B, and C are suggested. Current we have to keep constant. So in order to keep the current constant, what we are doing, after closing the switch, we have to vary the resistance. Resistance varying, capacitance varying. Again, capacitance varying by this way, by rotating. Area of overlap is changing, and we know capacitance depends on area of overlap of two plates. This is one semicircular plate, below it another semicircular plate, and area of overlap is this. So its capacitance can be changed by rotating. Third one is by moving the plate parallelly. This way also we can change the capacitance. So there are three ways by which we can change the value of either capacitance or R, but we should do in such a way so that the current should remain constant. Now let us first write the equation for this. What is the equation for RC circuit discharging during discharging process? Can you write the equation? Write it down yourself only. Q plus minus, current is going from positive to negative, entering here, plus minus. This is R. What is the equation? Right, KVL equation, start from here. From here to here it increases. How much it increases? Q by C. And then we went this side back again up to R and it decreases. How much it decreases? Minus I into R. What does it become? Equal to 0. Right or not?
Yes, sir. I equals to dq by dt.
Then I can be written as minus dq by dt, because charge is decreasing with time. Don't write dq by dt, that will be completely wrong.
It's a discharge.
dq by dt, if it is charging it is getting discharged, so it is minus dq by dt. If somebody has taken arrow of current like this, then he could write it as plus dq by dt also. But then if he is writing in this way, then while then it will not be minus IR, then it will become plus. It will become minus, then it will become plus IR here. Okay. Anyway, now Q by C plus dq by dt into R is equal to 0. That is the equation. What is constant here? I have to keep I as constant. I have to keep this thing as constant. Okay. But I have to change R values to keep I as constant. How can we achieve that? Let us think about it now. So if I has to be kept constant, then I can write I into dt minus dq integral. Q changes from some initial value Q naught to final value Q, and it is 0 to t. It is I into t is equal to Q naught minus Q. So Q is equal to Q naught minus I into t. This it will be. Then I think no need to write this equation also here. I can simply write value of Q as Q naught minus I into t divided by C minus I R is equal to 0. What we would be getting from there, R value, if I assume C to be constant, first case, when R is only varying, can we get the R value as a function of time? Q naught minus I by IC is equal to R. So R value should vary with time in such a way. Then only the current can be maintained constant. Similarly, this is when we are treating capacitance as constant. R is variable. Capacitance constant. Second case, I can treat capacitance as here I am assuming capacitance is variable and R is constant. Capacitance can vary. Capacitance can be made to vary with time, or resistance can be made to vary with time. Any one of these things we can do to achieve constant current I. Okay. What would be the value of this I? In fact, I can write the value of I also. How can we write the value of I? I know initial value is Q naught. So I can replace it by a charge capacitor by a battery. This is R. This value is Q naught by C. Then what will be the current? Q naught by RC. Will it be Q naught by RC or not? Excuse me. Q naught by C is the potential difference across this. Same potential difference across resistance. So Q naught by C divided by R will be Q by. I could write it like this also. Q naught minus Q naught by initial value of R. But here I have to write R naught. If R is changed, if C is changed, I have to write C naught. I can write here R naught, C naught, initial values. After that, those may change. Okay. Anyway, fine. Next, last question. Last question was RT according to which the resistance of the resistor should be changed with time. This is done. Initial value C naught and initial charge is Q naught. We can get it right. Similarly, we can get the second one also. Find the loss CT according to which the capacitance should be changed with time corresponding to the angular velocity omega t. Here they are saying we have to find CT, but we don't have to find. We have to find, I think, omega t also. CT according to which the capacitance should be changed with time and corresponding angular velocity. Okay, now we have to find omega t also. And in last case, I think we have to find x as a function of time. Right. So first we are obtaining just capacitance here. When variable capacitance is there, then variable capacitance we are getting already as Q naught minus IT divided by I into R. Here R is constant, I can write R as R naught. Here C is constant, I can write C as C naught in the above case. C is constant and R is constant here. Moreover, I can write in this case, I could write I as Q naught divided by R naught into C naught. And in the above case also it is same only. I is same in both cases. But now again two cases from here. One is how should C change with time? dC by dt is equal to Q naught by I R naught minus I by I cancelled 1 by R naught. No, sorry. First is constant only. This will be minus 1 by R naught, correct or not? dC by dt. But from here, there are two possible cases. One case is when the distance between these is given as xt, and other is when the that is rotating one plate here and another plate, parallel plate here, and these plates are rotating with respect to each other. So area of overlap is continuously varying. Let us say at any instant of time, area of overlap is theta, having angle theta. Distance is fixed. D is the distance, let us say. Then what we could write the capacitance as? We could write capacitance as epsilon naught into R square theta divided by 2. Is that right? R square theta divided by 2 divided by distance between the plates is D. That I am assuming distance between the plates is D. Right? Is it increasing or decreasing area? I think it is a decreasing first. First it was completely overlapping and then they are decreasing this area. So this is one fixed plate and the other one we are rotating in such a way so that as the other one is covering more angle theta, angular velocity this side, then area is decreasing, but area will be then dependent on not theta but other angle pi minus theta. So it will be written here pi minus theta. That is the area of overlap. Okay. This is one plate below, another plate above it, one plate, another above it. And this is the area of overlap. What we get the value of capacitance in second case, epsilon naught into area fixed upon x as a function of time xt. What will be dc by dt in our second case, second case, epsilon naught, this is second case, second case one. Epsilon naught a into by xt square minus into dx by dt, that is, I could write velocity as a function of time. Okay. What about this dc by dt here? Dc by dt here is epsilon naught into r square on 2d into first term is constant, pi derivative will be 0. Second term is minus theta's derivative. Minus theta's derivative will be minus omega t minus theta's derivative minus omega t.
Omega t.
Okay. Then from here we are getting omega t easily by putting the value of dc by dt from this equation in this. We are getting omega t. But they are asking another thing here. Here we have still two unknowns, vt and xt. They are asking us to determine xt. How can we determine xt now? We have to think. Okay.
Sir, keeping the dx by dt and integrating now.
Yes, I think we can do. Correct. That way we can do. Keeping
vt as dx by dt and integrate.
yes. Vt we have to keep as dx by dt. I think dt will cancel. We can start integrating. Let me integrate from here. I'm taking this side. What we get? dc is equal to minus epsilon naught a into dx by x square integral limits c naught to c, and c is what? C, we don't know what c is. No, we know c. C is
Q
this
minus
thing.
IT by IR naught.
On q naught minus it by then we can get, I think. So here we have to put limits from initial x naught to final x. We get it as minus epsilon naught a into what?
Minus
Plus we
1
can
by
write
x. 1 by x.
1 by minus 1 by.
So dc we can write as minus 1 by r naught into dt.
dc we can write as
Minus 1 by r naught into dt.
I have already this thing value here, no? I cannot write that. There will be integration constant appearing. This is already there. I cannot write what you are saying. We can only write q naught by r naught minus 1 by r naught into t. It will also be there, integration constant. Q naught by no, that value will, that is same value only, but no point of integrating. We have already that value given. What you are saying is also right. 1 by, it is c minus c naught or what? It is change in capacitance, right? C minus c naught. C naught is at t equal to 0. That is q naught by IR.
So C naught is given to find the initial distance between the plates or something.
C naught can be found here itself. Q naught by I into R naught. Find this value now. What is C? C is equal to, not C we have to find. We have to find x naught actually. X, we have to find x. We can find x from here. Just put the values of C and C naught from above and we can get. Okay. Similarly, for the other case,
No.
dc by dt is this. Take this value here. We get epsilon naught into r square by 2d into minus omega t is equal to minus 1 by r naught. Then omega t is equal to 2d upon r naught into epsilon naught into r square. That is answer. Just I wanted to ensure that they have given d or not. They have given c naught, r naught, q naught, and they are asking to find omega t. D is not given. We have to replace d again. We can do that by writing what value of d we can write. Use the formula epsilon naught
A by D
into
equals to
pi
C naught.
r square by 2 area, epsilon naught area by d is equal to c naught.
Yes.
So what is epsilon naught by d? Epsilon naught by d is equal to c naught by
Not R square by D we can
2c
find.
by pi, 2c naught by pi r square. So just replace epsilon naught by d from here, from this entire equation. Then we will be getting omega t in terms of known variables. R is given or R is also not given?
R is not given. So directly we can take F naught R square by D.
R will get cancelled, huh? Okay, R is also not given. Directly we could have taken epsilon naught
R square by D.
r square by d, that we could have replaced by 2c naught by pi. Then what we would be getting omega t?
Pi by C naught R naught.
C naught
R naught.
r
Pi
naught
by C
R naught.
pi by
Pi by C naught R naught.
pi by c naught r naught. Pi by the time constant, huh? Initial time constant. Pi by initial time constant. What about the second? Similarly, you can do the second one also. I'm now leaving it. It is not much difficult. We can do once. This much I have told you. Do it completely yourself. Second question here now.
Time up, sir.
Time is up. Okay, then this is in last question I will take, and then it is over. One ohm, 8 ohm and 3 ohm resistances and 5 micro are connected in such equipment. With the idle battery of electromotive force 12 volt is connected between the two diagonally opposite corners of A and B of the cube. Find the charges on the capacitors. What will be the charges on the capacitors?
0.
1, 8 and 3. Battery is there. Why 0? Idle battery of 12 volt is connected across.
So no resistors connected in series.
What?
No resistors connected in series to that capacitor. Also.
Then the charge will be 0. This is really very strange fact, which I am learning from you only. Why would it be 0 if no series is connected?
Instantaneously, it will become steady state. You told us.
Instantaneously, it will become steady state. If it is instantaneous, first of all, it is not correct also. There are so many resistances in the network here, and you are saying instantaneously it will become steady state. Really, the current will be flowing through the. Can the current directly reach to the capacitor by a short circuit path here? Is there any short circuit path? Is the battery directly connected in this way so that there is a short circuit path directly? If this is the case, then I can say that it will be instantaneously reaching the steady state. How can you say otherwise? There are so many resistances in between. How can it suddenly achieve the steady state? Current will be going through these resistances only. That last case you are comparing with this, and you are completely having wrong comparison. In the last case, there was a short circuit path here. Is there a short circuit path or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There is no such short circuit path in that case. Now, there will be some time constant. We are able to determine or not, that is different thing, but it will be taking time. Anyway, again, why time? I'm again confused. Why are you worried about time? It takes infinite time, then also our answer will be same only. It takes large amount of time, then also our answer will be same. They are saying final charges. So final charges, when they are asking, then it means final means final. Find the charges on the capacitor. Charges on the capacitor means we are already assuming there is already steady state here. So already it has sufficient time elapsed. Then we are finding out the charges on this. You are thinking about time as if our answer will change if they are asking. They are not asking find charges just after. If they say just after closing and opening switch, then we would think about such things. They are not asking just after. Word is also not used here. So when they are asking charges, means we have to find charges even if it is long time afterwards. When the steady state is reached. Plus minus, it will be like open circuit. So we can treat these branches like open circuit. No current flows through this. How the current will be flowing? Current can go through this here, but not through this path. It will go through this path, not to the other side. It will go through this side and then that side. Similarly, you observe this. There's a well-defined path. This path, this path,
Sir,
this
all
path,
are path same.
this
3,
path,
8, 1.
Sir, all
path, this path.
resistance are same, sir.
All resistances in these series paths are same. 1 plus
3,
3
8,
plus
2 by
8 plus 1.
2 by
3 plus 8 plus 1, 3 plus 8 plus 1. What these capacitors are doing? These capacitors are connected, just to confuse you. Actually, these are like open circuits, and we can just remove these capacitors in the beginning when we want to find out the currents. And these three will be in parallel. What are these in parallel? 8 plus 3 plus 1, because each path has same resistance. There are 3 paths possible, and each path has same resistance.
By 3.
So what will be the net resistance? This divided by 3. What would
4.
be the current then? Current will become, sorry, this is resistance.
4.
4.
Current will become voltage divided by
3, sir.
3, sir.
3. Voltage divided by 3.
Divided by 4, sir. Answer
4
3.
and it is
Voltage divided by 4, it is 3.
Answer is 3 amperes. So answer is 3 amperes. And then once we know the current, then I have to know again, bring those capacitors back to tell what will be the charge in those. To find charge now, I have to find potential difference across. Maybe take this point C, take that point D. I can write the KVL equation. Write the KVL equation in this closed loop. You know what is the current here? You know what is the current here? You know what is the current here? Okay. Take any one closed loop and you try to write the equation for that closed loop. 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 8 ohm, and it is 5 microfarad. What is the current flowing through this side? Same current in all the branches, 3 ampere.
All, sir.
This is 3 ampere, but here also 3 ampere, but direction is different. Remember, direction is different here, right? So how this will be finally? This will be plus minus, but here plus minus this way. Start from C and go up to D. So VC minus. What minus? I have to take subtract 3 times 8. Minus 3 times 8. Then again minus 3 times 1. Minus 3 times 8, minus 3 times 1. But here observe,
Plus,
minus to plus, going against the current. So it will be plus. Plus 3 times
1 into 3.
1 into 3. That is equal to finally VD. We are reaching at D. So what is VC minus VD? VC minus DVD is
24.
24. 24 volt is appearing across this. And what is the capacitance here? 5 microfarad. Can you get the charge?
120.
Charge is equal to C into potential difference, which can be written as 5 into 24, which can be written as 120 microcoulomb. This is how we will do. Same way for other cases also. Understood? Try to do the remaining cases. I'm ending it now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, in previous problem, we have that IG is for 3, na sir.
In the previous problem, IG is for. Wait a second.
I mean, 3 amperes will divide into 1 ampere, 1 ampere, 1 ampere.
Yes, sir. I by 3, I by 3, I by 3.
You have taken directly.
Oh,
3, sir.
was it that?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. 3 ampere.
Then it will
No, here it is
become
correct
8.
only, but this 3 ampere is wrong here. It will be 1 ampere. 1 ampere, correct. 1 ampere. then I think I should have taken in place
One.
of 3 everywhere
1,
1 1 1,
8.
and then it will be becoming 8. That is correct only. And then it will be becoming 5 times 8, and that is 5 times 8 means 40
40
microcoulomb. Right, very good. It was a mistake. Okay, now can we end it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.